Where's Viv?
Hi everybody. Have you ever wondered what happens when nature gets angry? In today's video, we will witness unexpected moments when mountains fall, the ground cracks, and even solid structures are swept away in a matter of seconds. High winds on Lake Michigan create strong waves hitting the streets, making the whole space seem to be breathing with nature. The waves rolled like walls of water, constantly hitting the Capitola coastal buildings, creating a dramatic scene. The sky unleashed its fury on the land. More than half a foot of rain fell like a gray blanket, covering all of California.
It's getting washed away.
We cannot continue to ignore the effects of climate change. What happened at Currumbin is a strong warning. It's time for us to strengthen our coastal infrastructure.
Update for July 27, Wednesday, 2016.
Look, lava from the Kilauea volcano flows into the ocean, creating a chemical reaction, producing toxic gases and superheated steam.
We got some surface lava coming over the cliff.
Waves poured over the breakwater in Brittany like a fierce dance of the sea. Always stay safe and respect the power of nature. Waves rolling from the Mediterranean Sea suddenly flooded the roads along the Gulf of St. Julian, causing traffic chaos. The entire coastline seemed to shake, clearly showing the display of nature's power amidst the raging sea and sky. Oh gosh. The giant waves are not only a challenge, but also the perfect backdrop for surfing at Montauk. Don't forget, safety comes first. The torrent of water swept through the streets of Quito, carrying away cars, rocks, and the inherent peace of the capital on the Andes Plateau. Western Germany, a place once peaceful, Now seen from above, only traces of an unforeseen flood. The areas around Lake Como have steep terrain and are often exposed to heavy rains. It is necessary to monitor geological warnings and avoid approaching landslide areas. Cars that were once parked quietly on the side of the street now float lazily in the mud, like pieces of memory erased in an instant.
오, 야,逃げろ。
Disappearing in the ocean waves is not just two houses, it is an urgent warning about the impact of climate change and rising sea levels. Strong winds in Antarctica can accelerate the melting of glaciers by blowing in warm air from other regions.
Go!
The wave emerged as an unstoppable force, engulfing the daily life of San Bernardino County. The mountain woke up. Rocks and soil poured down like an angry waterfall, tearing up the once solid road in the heart of Montecito. The dam, which has been silent for many years, has spoken with cracking sounds. Perhaps this is not only a time to run away, but also a time to reflect. Zion spoke, not with the wind, but with avalanches of rock. We come here to admire the majestic beauty, but we also need to know when to step back. Record rainfall from Hurricane Hilary left hillsides in Southern California saturated with water, leading to severe mud flows. Amid Yosemite's endless beauty, sometimes nature also needs space to breathe. The falling rocks are not anger, but adjustment. Heavy rain in Puerto Rico has caused the Comerio Dam to overflow its banks, causing serious flooding risks in downstream areas. Hurricane Franklin brought more than just gusty winds and heavy rain. It brought with it the fury of water. Part of the ancient coastline collapsed into the sea, the echo of millions of years of history cracking in the peaceful space of the Jurassic coast.
Oh my god.
Oh, here it comes, watch this.
A spectacular collapse. Sudestada winds and huge waves swept away the entire beach house. A sudden landslide occurred in a mountain town in Italy, forcing pedestrians to quickly evacuate the area.
Oh my god.
The hill collapsed, taking everyone down to the road. A fierce blow of nature in the heart of British Columbia. A giant swirling column arose right off the coast of Valencia. The power of nature makes the whole sky seem to swirl.
Esto pasa en Marembla.
These critters were pulled out of Brighton Beach tonight, one night after Sam was bitten.
If you are as surprised by the agility of these little creatures as I am, please leave number 1 in the comments.
The creatures are, but this one here,
A wild moment in everyday life, a bear tears apart the resort atmosphere with a breathtaking swimming performance. The Daytona sky opens like a slow-motion movie. The rolling cloud took the whole space with it.
It's like a worm in the sky.
Elafidi, a stunning archipelago off the coast of Dubrovnik, Croatia, has experienced a rare bout of intense weather. Oh gosh, the entire white mountainside collapsed in a roar. The primordial power of nature erupted right before our eyes. Soil and rocks roll down from the mountainside. Large tree trunks lean over the road. Nature transforms in the coastal forest of Del Norte. The road has reopened, but people should drive carefully when going through mountain passes, especially after rain, where rocks and soil can continue to move.
At Yosemite. Huge chunk.
Yosemite is changing again. Anyone planning to visit, remember to update the situation first.
Huge chunk fell off. So sad.
The ground suddenly cracked and collapsed. An entire bustling commercial street in Alexandria was swallowed up in just a few seconds. In the middle of calm water, an overturned RV serves as a silent reminder: nature can always change the scenario at any time. The road in Pescadero collapsed due to weak ground after the storm. People should avoid this area and monitor official traffic information. Roads turned into rivers in just a few hours. Northern Italy buckled under the current of water, rushing through villages and cities. West Bay has just changed shape a bit after the cliff collapse. Luckily, no one was affected. A gentle reminder from nature. From a quiet afternoon to a breathtaking moment, the Dorset coast redefines itself with a cliff collapse. Help us continue to share memorable moments. Super thanks would be a great encouragement. Erosion and erratic weather can weaken the terrain around Lake Garda. The sound echoed like thunder in Zion Canyon. Tons of rocks crashed down, blocking the path and leaving violent marks on the ancient cliffs.
There's people down there.
Northern Colombia, where the Green Mountains now clearly show long slides of rock and soil. Drones have told stories that the ground cannot hide. The entire mountainside collapsed in Aurora rocks, swept away 50 houses in just a moment in central Peru. Fortunately, the driver was able to stop before the road barrier suddenly appeared.
ऊपर से भी आ रहा है।
Towering waves roll onto the shores of Oahu. Super Swell Saturday turns the ocean into a stage of power and speed. The river surface quietly moved, then the waves rushed in like a greeting from the sea to the English plains. It's amazing. Huge waves crashed into the ocean fortress. The U.S. military base in Marshall buckled under the force of the sea. Seawater rushed into the harbor, submerging the walkway and taking everything with it. Bass Harbor was completely transformed by the storm's surging force. The black swirling pillar rose from the sea surface, like a giant creature testing the peace of the Venezuelan coastal island. Rainwater rushed like a flood, blowing away manhole covers. The streets of Naples turned into a maze of water. Along the Taquari River, from the countryside to the town, the storm has carved on each section of the river an unforgettable mark of the rainy season. Each piece of wall crumbled as the whole house tumbled into the ferocious river. The historic flood in Juneau swept away more than material things. Signs such as cracked walls and strange noises need to be checked carefully. The incident in Springfield is a reminder not to ignore early warnings in the home. The incident at the elevated road project in Bangkok shows the importance of checking structural safety throughout the construction process. People's cameras recorded the scene of a new building collapsing after a double earthquake in Turkey. Questions about construction quality were raised again. Under the weight of the historic rain, the roof could not hold up, collapsing with a cracking sound amidst the rushing water. A huge column of dust rose up in the middle of the harbor. A symbolic part of Beirut collapsed in a slow but decisive crack. Once the largest food storage site in Lebanon, the silos in Beirut are now gradually disappearing, bringing with them a whole chapter of unfinished memories. Oh my God! Unusually high temperatures and heavy rain are accelerating the melting process in Patagonia. The entire giant body jumped out of the water. The humpback whale appeared like a sea god, making the whole boat burst into amazement. Philadelphia, where art, people, and wild nature unexpectedly share space. Never underestimate the power of waves. Each layer of ice waves rolls like an icy dance. Lake Michigan shows off its cold power in the midst of a harsh winter. The sea surface is angry, Each wave hits the city like a warning from the ocean in the middle of a fierce winter. Wow, a mystical picture of mountains, the captain. Tasmania, Australia's most pristine place, has now become the stage for one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. A spectacular streak of light tears across the night sky. SpaceX's Falcon 9 makes a dramatic appearance over Mexico. Every board, door frame, piece of roof tile floating on the waves, Odessa picked up what was left of a house that was swept away after the collapse of the Kherson Dam. Large waves and strong wind gusts often precede winter storms around Lake Michigan. You should stay away from the shore and follow safety warnings for lakeside areas. In Orange County, where houses cling to the hillsides, nature has just reminded us that nothing is permanent. California coast, where people and the ocean collide. The music night should have been colorful, but instead there were flashing lights in the rain and the sound of water pouring through rows of empty seats. A single wave, strong enough to repel even a pickup truck today's Santa Cruz beach, is not for complacency. Nature roared, leaving behind a scene that was both overwhelming and full of weight when big waves constantly knocked on the doors of coastal houses. This trip was an unforgettable experience, not only because of the waves, but because of the profound lesson. Always be prepared for every situation when traveling by sea. Amid Yosemite's endless beauty, sometimes nature also needs space to breathe. The falling rocks are not anger, but adjustment. The light faded in a few short seconds. From Oregon, the eclipse opens like a cosmic trailer. The eastern region of Puerto Rico has terrain prone to landslides after heavy rains. People should monitor traffic information and avoid traveling when the weather is complicated. The sky glowed like a strip of living silk. The aurora borealis painted a magical wonder in the cold night in Alaska. In the sky of Iceland's capital, the aurora borealis lit up the night like a swirling ribbon of living silk, a rare sight that made the whole city raise its head in amazement.